Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a review for the new Bumblebee movie. It's the Transformers spin-off kinda that's coming it's coming theaters December 21st. I was lucky enough to see it December 8th on the pre-showing that they done at select theaters. So I was pretty happy about that, being a huge Transformers fan myself. Growing up, I would say a solid 70 to 75% of my toys were the Transformers, whether it was the animals or the cars. Huge cartoon fan. That was literally my childhood, even though I was born in the 90s, so it was a little after the original series was aired, but I would say I watched that at least every day as a kid. When the first live action movie started coming out, I was like super hyped. They were good-ish, like I enjoyed them. I know a lot of people don't like it, too much action, a lot of explosions, but anyways, this is a review about Bumblebee, not the rest of the Transformers movies, so let's get started. First and foremost, this Bumblebee movie was a Transformers movie that didn't take itself too seriously. I found with the other installments in the franchise, it was always like global, universal destruction, and it just felt like they were taking themselves way too seriously in every one of those other movies. That it was like a real life situation, and then I didn't like that because the Transformers franchise is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy it, which I can gladly say this one is exactly that. It kept it relatively small in the scale of the universe. Like, yeah, it opened up with some amazing scene on Cybertron. Love that. That was one of the peaks of the movie for me. Literally felt like I was sat at home, 5 years old, in front of a TV watching the animated series. It was beautiful. It was a great coming of age story for both Bumblebee and Charlie, which is Haley Steinfeld's character. The entire movie had a lot of 80s, 90s feel to it. They very well placed it in that era. There was 100 pop culture references. Like, it was insane. It really put itself in that time period very well with the references. Some would say maybe a little bit too much, but it didn't take me out of the movie. That's the main thing. I was still enjoying it as they were going on with that. The relationship between Charlie, which is Haley Steinfeld's character again, and Bumblebee himself was great. I really thought they worked very well together on screen, even though he's a CGI character, so she's just working herself on set. But I thought they did a great job bringing two of those together and keeping their chemistry well on screen. It didn't feel like it was a CGI character and a human. It felt like it was two characters in a movie actually going through the struggles themselves, which was what I wanted to see. Because once again, we're going to go back to the main franchise. That was always, here's the humans, here's the Transformers, and there wasn't really so much of a bond between Sam Witwicky, kinda, but like even still, he was like trying too much to be one of the Transformers. You know what I mean? So that just wasn't for me in that franchise. But this movie covered it very well. I also enjoyed the relatively small-scaled battles that the entire story faced. Besides the one scene that was outside of, I think it was Texas. There was one scene outside of the main area and the Cybertron scene, but 90% of the movie stayed in like this small town, Brighton Falls, I'm pretty sure it was called, outside San Francisco. So it was very contained, although the threats were imminent and potentially global destruction. But it was never, like, they didn't call in the National Guard or anything like that. So they did a very good job telling like a serious story in a small town, kept to itself type of thing. For the screenplay, I thought it was great. The dialogue was great. The setting was great. Like, every set piece felt well to me. Nothing really stood out. The effects Like the CGI and the other special effects, honestly, were pretty good. If you stay till after the movie, there's an end credit scene that kind of touches on that a bit. It's not like your typical Marvel end credit scene where it first is a story. It explains some of the stuff that they went through in creating this movie, which was really helpful because it felt it. Like, there wasn't too much detail on the Transformers. It was very Gen 1. Like, even these guys I got in front of me, there's a lot of detail on them because they're from another animated series or the main movies themselves. But they were really good. Like, they were old model vehicles that looked like they could actually transform into these creatures. So I was okay with that. There was only one thing in the entire movie that really made me, like, not even took me out of it, just made me sit back a little bit and be like, and that was John Cena's character. Huge WWE fan growing up. Like, John Cena, You Can't See Me, loved him. But I felt he was a character from the actual Transformers franchise taken it too seriously, whereas I just felt like they were in two different movies. There was the Haley Steinfeld and Bumblebee movie, and then when John Cena came on screen, he kind of made like those quirky. It looked his scenes were like the quirky WWE movies, where it was like reaction, like pause, wait for reaction type of thing. But it like I said, it made me sit back a little bit, but it didn't take me out of the movie too much. It got better towards the end. The last scene, he made up for himself a little bit there, so that's what kind of brought me back in, I should say. Overall, for me, I really enjoyed it, especially the part where Bumblebee was a Jeep. This towards the beginning of the film, which it's in the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler, but he was a Jeep Wrangler, and I have a Jeep Wrangler, so that was huge for me, being like, yeah, and I actually have the little Autobot emblem, like on the front and on the back of mine, so it was like a really heartfelt moment for me. As a Transformers fan, like growing up, it was a really good movie, and I took my girlfriend Zena with me, and she didn't grow up with the Transformers. She's seen a couple of the movies, not even all of them, and she was like, this was really good. Like, it didn't feel like, she said the same thing, it didn't feel like it was a part of that Transformers franchise, even though they brought in a bunch of references and like Easter eggs to make sure it was connected. But like, I really did. I thought it was good. I hope a lot of people go to see it because they need that fresh take on the Transformers themselves, which is exactly what this is. Travis Knight did a great job taking this character and this franchise and putting it in a different direction instead of just explosions and explosions and explosions. It was actually, there was dialogue that made sense. That's the best I can do it. So to end off this video, like I said, 2 of us went to see it, so they gave out these little toys, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to open them up for the video, just for you. So, the first one is this supposed, oh yeah, it's definitely Megatron, yeah. So, it's a car. I don't know how well you can see this. It might not focus in too well, but it actually does transform. Let's see if I can figure out how to do it. Hey, yep. Does this come up? Let's see. Breaks it on first try. Okay, yeah. Boom. See, it's a little Megatron. I'm really hoping the other one is not the same. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah. This is like big bad Megatron. Oh my god. How's this even transform? Oh no, it's not. What am I was thinking it was the Animal Kingdom Megatron. It's not. It's the dinosaur. How do you even do this? Okay, so this is it. It's a Dinobot, first of all, but I'm gonna have to take some time and figure out how to actually transform this guy without breaking him. Okay, no, this moves over here. His wings rotate, makes sense. Oh, his head just goes down, easy. Oh, done. Easy peasy, look. Okay, I'm I'm trying to maneuver him without breaking him, but it's the triple-headed Dinobot. Boom, there we go, got it. Yeah! Alright, that's awesome. Cool, I was really hoping they weren't going to be the same, and they weren't. So I'm very happy about that. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Go check out this movie if you get a chance. I know it's a very busy weekend when it comes out with Mary Poppins, Mortal Legends, and Aquaman, but you don't have to see it opening weekend. Just go check it out when you get a chance. It's a very fun movie. And yes, I used the fun word, but I don't know why I just did that. Use that, not the fun word. But it was actually very enjoyable. I hope you check it out just to get your own opinion on it. Maybe you like the big action explosion type Michael Bay Transformers, but maybe you were like towards the end, like the last night, you were kind of being like, it's getting a bit repetitive. This is not repetitive. This is definitely worth checking out. So if you do go check it out, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.